welcome back to Kevin Reviews. You might hear Dottie in the background here. I did see 2020's Hubie Halloween. That's directed by Stephen Brill, written by Tim Hurley, and also written by Adam Sandler. Also, this stars Adam Sandler along with Kevin James, Julie Bowen, Ray Liotta, Steve Buscemi, and many others, including Tim Meadows and Maya Rudolph, and Rob Schneider. I say that because I'm not a Rob Schneider fan. I will mention spoiler: he's not in the film for very long, so I'm kind of glad for that. Um, I don't hate Rob Schneider as a person, but just I don't like him as an actor. In any case, or as a comedian. In any case, I saw Hubie Halloween. Figure I try something, a bit more Halloween related. I saw this, and I kind of knew where I was getting into, but it's like I need to see something pretty bad, or at least something that could be bad. And granted, I did actually kind of look up reviews originally, and not actually read them, but like Rotten Tomatoes score kind of had it pretty even. Like it was kind of a meh, around like 63 for critics, 49% for audiences. So it was just kind of somewhere in the middle, like being okay. So I thought that's what I was getting into. Um, but yeah, I didn't know a ton about it. I just know that because this is another Adam Sandler film, especially those straight to Netflix. This is a Netflix film, by the way. Um, a lot of them are pretty bad. And in Adam Sandler has done a huge string of bad movies. A lot of them are which I haven't seen, um, and because I just heard how bad they are. I mean, I think I remember there's Pixels, there's um, Ridiculous 6 or 8. I don't remember, but there was like a string of bad movies he did, and like only like couple handfuls of dramatic films that he did or something like that. So I don't know. I oh yeah, he did Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2. I'm I think yeah, I don't know. I think Sandler can be good. It's just with the comedy movies I've seen, even including Jack and Jill, it's like I dread kind of seeing these type of films. But thought maybe from way the Rotten Tomatoes score was, I thought maybe okay, maybe it's not as bad. Um, so I gave it a watch, and here are my thoughts. So the story involving Hubie Halloween is Hubie Dubois is a resident in Salem, Massachusetts, who isn't very bright, um, and he's basically in charge of keeping the town safe. Yet almost everyone in town either hates him or makes fun of him, throws things at him. Basically, he's the laughing stock of the town because he's not a bright person, and that's basically the joke. He's not a bright person, probably mentally challenged, and that's why people make fun of him. So, um, but then of course, because it's Halloween night, uh, and there's an escaped mental patient that happens. There is disappearances, and there's also a mysterious neighbor, named Walter, played by Steve Buscemi, and yeah, so there's a lot of subplots and a story involved here, and basically that's about it in terms of that, and it's all to make Adam Sandler's character look good, or be that hero in the story. Um, and I will say, I really hated this movie starting to go in. Like 30 minutes in, and I wanted to bash my brains out because it was absolute cringe. I it was absolute cringe throughout, for frankly for the rest of for most of the movie. The jokes didn't work, they didn't land. Um there was running jokes that just wasn't funny or was too childish. There's this often this thermos that it's like a multi-purpose thermos that he made, and it's like, wow, it's like, did he invent this? This could sell so well, and everyone's making fun of him because he has this thermos that can just basically do every anything, and it's like, why make fun of him for that? It becomes a grappling hook. Even it's like, this is kind of cool. I don't know. Um, he, Adam Sandler's Hubie, I don't know what he's doing. He's supposed to be playing a dim-witted character, or I don't know. It just seems like he's just doing a voice for the sake of trying to be funny. It's kind of similar to how Dana Carvey was doing a voice for Master of Disguise, and it's just not funny at all. Um, he gets scared a lot on Halloween. You think that would deter him from, not going outside or whatever, from, to be scared, because he doesn't want to be scared. Kind of similar plot to, say, in a SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob doesn't want to go out, to because he gets scared so easily. And this one plays it way too much, and it's not funny, and it's also mean spirited, which again, for this something like this, it's not funny. The jokes are predictable. Um, it off very sophomoric. I mean, this is Happy Madison, so expect fart jokes, um, urination jokes, sexual jokes, pratfalls. Um, the whole kit caboodle with of Happy Madison humor that they love to play very often. Um, Now, I would have hated this. This would have probably gotten, a much lower rating than what I would give now. Um, but there was like one scene in the film that had me laughing, and because of that scene, it helped me get through the movie. The movie's terrible, I will say that, but for some reason, this one scene involving a cat got me laughing. It's a psych gag. It's completely stupid, but it was the only thing that made me laugh for whatever reason. And every time I continue watching this movie filled with bad jokes, it's like my mind was trying to save me by replaying the image of that one sight gag joke involving a cat. The cat was funnier than pretty much everything else in this movie. I don't get it. I don't know why I laughed at something. It's something that's so stupid. It's just so. But granted, the movie is stupid, but this one thing made me laugh. It might be because I love cats. I have you know I mean, I you saw you've seen Tally and Dottie several times. So I mean, and you've seen clips of in my intros and thumbnails with cats involved. I love cats. So I don't know. I just thought that moment was really funny. So that's probably why I laughed. But yeah, it kind of helped me get through this movie, because anytime it runs into a really bad joke, I think about that image and I start laughing, because that was the one thing that got me to this. Are there any other jokes that kind of work? There was like one that poked fun at like Harley, a lot of girls or women wearing Harley Quinn outfits. I mean, because that was a kind of big thing when Suicide Squad came out. The movie Suicide Squad came out, and I mean, that got a chuckle out of me. What about the other characters? I didn't care. I mean, they're kind of just there for the sake of being there. It's like they were held hostage and told, you got to do this movie, and that's what they did, is do this movie. I mean, Steve Buscemi is Steve Buscemi. Um, just you know, kind of that thing. Kevin James is there as this tough cop or something like that, and he's not that funny. Um, there's the love interest, which I don't think they have great chemistry. at all. I think her name was I don't remember the name, unfortunately, but Julie Bowen. That's right. Julie Bowen played a Violet Valentine, and yeah, that's kind of that's the name. But I didn't find her interesting. A lot of the characters I didn't find interesting. I'm just glad that I didn't have to sit through anything Rob Schneider related. And granted, he's in this movie not for very long, so I did mention that earlier. So I cannot do Rob Schneider movies. It's just I can't. Um, sure, he's a great guy, he's just not funny at all. So, is there anything else good? I can at least it has a Halloween atmosphere. It is soaked in a lot of Halloween. The decorations, the sets. It is very Halloween theme. Granted, there's been movies that's done it before. I think Hocus Pocus is one. I'm not sure. Uh, the Trick or Treat movie, the horror anthology movie, um, did something like that too. It's all drenched in Halloween. This one's also drenched in Halloween, so it has that kind of atmosphere. But and in terms of like the mystery, because there's like three plot subplots going on, it's not really focused on that much. Even if it is focused on, it's downplayed because so they can just do more jokes. And I wish had they balance that out. You don't always need to have humor throughout the whole movie. You can take time to balance it out, and then make it dramatic, and then at least come back later, like several minutes later, with a joke instead of like you need to have a joke in every minute, every time, just so you can get a laugh and stuff. And yeah, I think that's what it needed, and at least for me, in my opinion. So I think because if I had not seen the cat scene, I probably would have given this lower rating because this one actually helped me get through the whole movie. I think it would have been lower. I probably would give this Hubie Halloween a 1.5. I still think it's not a good movie. It's not one I would sit through it again. Um, but except for the cat, and that yeah, I keep mentioning that. It's like I'm Colin Mockery who keeps saying cat and problem mission and the old Whose Lines It Anyway. It's funny. Um, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on Hubie Halloween? Leave in the comments below. Like or dislike the review. It's your choice. And feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.